Alrighty. Have I done my analysis? Yeah, I haven't done the levels, but I've given the reasons behind. Alright, so YouTube's all cracking. Alright, so my underlying thesis for today is that while Powell gave some decent suggestions that they're still going to cut rates and that the economy's in a good place, but they still need to go with caution, that will lead to some optimism. My initial target of 18,400 from this what day was this? Tuesday? From Tuesday's drop has been reached, that 18,400. There's been some slowdown in investor ETF, like retail ETF flows. I think they're just rebalancing what they want to do, seeing if price pulls back a little bit, because we've had such an up month that some common behaviors is just to, at the start of every month, buy. And I would expect after 2 solid months where there's basically been zero pullback, I would be tempted just to wait and hold and just see if we pull back a little bit more. So I do think that would lead to a little bit of a, like, just a lack of buying pressure. Yeah, that's basically it. I think we've got the all clear for it to keep on going up, but there could also be a little bit of buying reluctance. And I do think we go up, but I don't think we create an all-time high today, which is dangerous for me to say because, Dave, you've been tracking this. How many days in a row did we make all-time highs, or sessions in a row?
I think it was something like 16 out of 21 or something. I haven't actually tracked it for a while, but yeah, every time we say it's going to correct, it just hits an all-time high again.
So I'm taking the unders bet here. Did you hold to 400 as well?
No, I can't remember why not.
You would have had to have paid swap fees, which would have been really annoying. And on this day is a 3-day swap fee, which is annoying. Wednesdays, different on different brokers. Oh no, I didn't actually. I just checked. I thought I did. I paid just 1 day. Why did I not pay? Oh, Indices is Fridays. Okay, that's good. Gold was Wednesday. Forex is Wednesday. Indices is, oh, for German anyway, it's Friday. Do you guys know what that means? Swap fees?
You can remind me.
So when you're holding a trade over the rollover, and your broker at this time they've got to do their accounting and work out, because when you buy, say my account is funded in AUD in Aussie, and I go and buy German. Buy German, which means what I'm doing is I'm going and using Aussie to convert it to. This is where it gets confusing. To do it, let me just say it the right way. Basically, what I'm doing is buying US dollars and euros, but I can tell exactly what happened. Yeah, so I use my Aussie. No, I can't tell exactly what happened. Yeah, no, sorry, that's right. I use my Aussie dollars. I use my Aussie dollars to buy euros, because German 40, you buy it in euros. And Australia's interest rates is 4.35%. And euros interest rate is, what is it? Should know that off my head. Rusty. Four point 4.5. 4.5. And then you've got the fee on top that they charge, the broker charges for holding it overnight, and you pay the difference in the interest rates plus the fee, and it's either going to be a positive or a negative. So sometimes the swap's positive and sometimes it's negative. So in this case it's negative. So what I end up, so every standard lot that you open on German, for me, if I'm buying, I lose $6.39 for every lot. Because Pepperstone's in micro lot, like 0.1 lots. If you want to do a decent sized trade, this can add up a lot. And on Fridays, because you've got to factor in the weekend, they do each asset has a 3-day swap fee, and I thought it was Wednesday, but it was on Friday. So what happens is on Fridays, if you hold it over the weekend, you pay $18 or $19 per lot. So if you've got 10 lots on, you're paying $190 just in swap fees. If you're selling, you're going to make $1.39 per lot positive. So it's not the worst. If you like, because Aussies and Euros pretty close. Now, if you say you buy something like gold, gold's a shocker. Actually, the worst one's oil, I think. Where's oil? No, gold's worse. Because gold, when you buy gold, you're not buying, gold's got no interest rates. So it's basically zero. So you're paying a huge amount of difference. So what happens is if you're buying gold and holding it overnight, you're going to lose $38 per lot. And their 3-day swap is on a Wednesday. So if you hold a trade for, like, if you're at a swing trade and you hold it, then you're long gold and you're holding it for like weeks and weeks and weeks, even though gold should have, like, you wouldn't be thinking about it if you're holding gold all this rally. You'd be making that's not that one. You'd be making just a massive amount from the trade, but it's always what you have at the end is when you get your trade ticket that's closed and it says how much did you pay in swap fees. Sometimes these swap fees, you're like, damn, that's a lot. When the interest rates were really low, those swap fees were, you didn't even think about them whatsoever. But now they're actually like in the hundreds. Morning, Richard. So I think there was someone here that held. Oh no, it was James. He held gold. He bought gold here when it was when it dipped first time for the last time. It dipped below 2,000. He bought, and he closed it, I think, like here. And at the time, that's a massive trade. That's a lovely trade, over 1,000 pips. And the swap fees were, I think Sarah's done it as well. Is Sarah here? See when Sarah gets here. She's had some heavy swap fees. Hey Peter, how are you?
But in that case, I assume that all the profits would outweigh the swap fees, right?
Yeah, they do.
People.
They do significantly. It's just annoying though when that's why you get like things like US yen, which is really good, because if you're buying, so say for example, I'm buying US yen. What I'm doing is I'm converting Aussie to yen to the US dollar, and you're holding US dollars, but because your account's in Aussie, you're banking the difference, and that would be you're making money both ways. So US yen's going up, but you're also making money just from holding the trade overnight. So it's called the carry trade. So these are the good ones when your swap fees are in line with the direction of the trend. So sometimes I don't mind if I've got a trade running and I'm in the direction of the positive swap direction, and it's going like over the rollover. I'm like, yeah, I'll just let it roll over. You just make a little bit of extra. Hey Tom. So Johan came late, unsure your bias for German Floyd today. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. Because
I'm short.
You're short.
Yeah, I looked at it structurally. It's already broken the 4-hour structural low to the left, like right to the left. So back to just under that. Let me annotate. So here, but I had this as a structural low, and so if it broke under that, which it did, then I'm treating this as resistance. There's trend line here, which is already broken. So I see this as a rejection, and I see it going back down.
Okay.
I had it even written here over here was, we're not going short until we're under here.
Okay.
So that was my assessment. Yeah.
So I was. Where am I? Hang on.
Do we change anything?
Sorry.
Can we go back, Jim?
Yeah, sorry. Can you go back to the 4-hour?
Yeah.
Just looking at this candle here. So this engulfing, it's failed to close below that.
Okay.
So it never closed below it. So I'm looking at more at buys, but slightly lower level.
Okay.
I don't know where yet in this area. But I'm still looking for buys. Certainly, if it comes down to this area, I'm looking for buys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I still agree I'm bullish, but I don't think bullish from down here. I feel like unless we break here and close above here, then I'll be going long. But otherwise, I'm going short.
Mm-hmm. What do we know?
This is a key area, and I think that this rejection from above it and failing to close above it.
Yeah, it's a nasty spike though. A lot of times these spikes get filled. But remember what the rules are though. Your bias doesn't matter. As in, as long as you have a bias. It's not that if you've got a bullish bias and someone's got a bearish bias, it's not like it's not like it's impossible for one of you. It's not like it's impossible for both of you to make money, is it? We know exactly that how this works.
But perhaps here, perhaps this is to be filled, and yet that is just another trap, because then everyone's like, oh shit, we're going up. But in fact, it spikes up, fills that candle, fails to close above it or in the middle of it, and then goes down, maybe.
Yeah, but that's a 60 pip range. That's plenty. Yeah, the only people that would have been wrong is if you had a bullish bias and the time you're looking at the charts was here. I don't think anyone would have been able to make any bullish money in that stage.
Yeah. Oh no, I still think it's fine to be bullish in that candle wick, but it could also induce a lot of buyers thinking it's going back up when it's not.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so we've got 8 minutes we'll wait and see what London does. We've had a little bit of an imbalance candle already. So was that that was bang on the open of German 40. The DAX opened. So we came back and we filled that little area. Came back. Call that a fair value gap if you want.
Sorry, can you go back to the 4 hour just one more time?
Yeah.
Zoom in slightly. So also, yeah. So just going back to sort of Akshay's teachings, but this FU here, long FU here, breaks underneath, and that acts as resistance, which it has. So I still see that this candle is kind of key.
Yeah.
Making sense at all?
Yeah, no, that's why I like this this zone. I like this zone for the retest. You got a bullish engulfing, and then you've got a liquidity candle. An Asian session though, that's the problem.
True.
But I like that little spike up. I would prefer up than down. I'd prefer a buy to sell personally. So
Right.
I would like to try and anticipate where we're going to get those longs from. We've got a little bit of liquidity generation right here. So is this enough, or are we going to sweep this one? I reckon if we get in any sort of hesitation from below here, I'm going to give a shot for a buy. I'm going to be careful of these 3 soldiers. No top wicks. I see them as liquidity to go back to. And then if we get some reactions from here, and I think it has to be like this to then go down, and maybe it gives a third one, and that'll be really annoying if it does that third one, because this will make me confused whether I've missed the move or not. And if I get that, I'll still be uncertain whether it's going to be like a banger, but I'll still bank something on that no matter what. I'll bank something. Today I'm a little bit, I just don't know today. It's not fully convicted on what I want to do, but I want to see some sort of reaction, and I'm willing to give a buy a shot, even if we get down and take out this doji from New York. Maybe I'll wait for that actually. Maybe I'll treat this as a buy area, this candle here, like the 50% of New York, and I'll see if we can push up into like the 50% of Asian. So I'll trade something like this, and I'll just see like today, like London session might just be a bit choppy. Even then though, if it can play around inside of this range, that would be like a 73 pip range, and I think that would be suitable. Like that's still a decent volume, and we're kind of like done nothing, neither here or there. How's that idea sound?
Yeah, I love that idea.
So sweeping euro.
Yeah, that spiky candle is liable to be filled in this move. The Asian spike. Or is that
Yeah, I think it could. I think it could, because apart from spiking up into this liquidity area, like these clean candles where there's probably just nothing going on, it was a bit of a void. I would see that if we're pushing up into this zone and then fill into this spiky candle, I think just trading above this high could induce some early buyers, which might fund the move. Like we might get that move afterwards. I don't know if we do this or this afterwards, but I believe that after we do some sort of manipulation here, I would imagine there we take the top.
So your sell move might occur higher than how you're drawing it.
Yeah, it could. It could.
Yeah.
It could. But I reckon like kind of like this, how price took out the high, and then it had like a little pullback. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it does something like that again. I do think would get once we're trading into this London low area and above, then I think anywhere above here, like I don't know where it stops above here, whether it goes and sweeps into this like by that stage, the recovery is well and truly on. Now we could be going for all-time highs again. So I kind of want to see that. Like, I'll be pretty cautious on the sell move, just given how strong the trend is. But I'm also thinking that with the slowdown in retail, just waiting to see how this first week pans out. It's a new quarter two. We've got NFP tomorrow. We've had such a strong outsized monthly moves. We've had evidence of profit taking that I reckon we could see a little bit further declines. So I'm cautious of holding any up moves, but if we're closing back above here again, then I don't think we're going to stop until we get like, you know, I don't think it's just going to stop here. I think there's a good chance it goes much higher. But yeah, it's what Johan was saying in the YouTube chat as well. Unsure of the bias. It's like at a sticking point, isn't it? When you have a strong leg down and you have this kind of like complex pullback where you're just sort of grinding up. Is it going to be the start of the recovery again? Or is it going to just be a lower high? At the moment, is that real tipping point? So just be cautious with your, unless you've got a clear bias, really play it safe today. Get into small positions. Maybe you can even look to scale in, like get into small positions at good entries without fear. And then if it's going well in your direction and you get a bit more information, maybe add a little bit more on rather than going, 2% risk on your first trade. I think that would be pretty good advice. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it pretty slow. It's been a good like first week back. Tuesday was good. Wednesday it was okay. All right, ears open now. Go to all chart view. And remember, the market's liquidity. So it's just going to be where buyers and sellers are willing to meet. And there's plenty of that right now. I saw pound Aussie, 1.92s again. Keep an eye on oil. Oil getting up is going to be a real risk for equities. Okay, so we're coming down. Got another no top wick candle. If we get another liquidity candle like here, then we're getting liquidity generated. So if we get a liquidity candle with a sweep in this, then I think longs could be decent. Like liquidity candle. Wait, Dave's was using pink. Let me change. Hayden's color is going to be this green one. If we get like some liquidity candle here, liquidity candle again, I could take a low risk anticipation entry underneath this area, as long as we take out this little doji to the left, which will be here. This is NY doji. And we've got...
It's also broken 30-minute HCS zone as well, plumb over that H4 doji low, so it's a good zone.
Say that again. 30-minute.
30-minute broken 30-minute HCS zone. So before that, so to the left of that, there is Like in that, when it,
Oh, this bit. You're talking about this
so from the previous
here
level.
and here.
Yeah.
This
That's right.
this broke.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's now his support.
Hayden, when you say take out the doji, do you need to clean it out, including the wick, or
Yeah.
how does?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like it.
Because the middle of that doji is right on the current Europe low.
Yeah, for a doji, I like the bottom taken out, not the wick of it. You're saying like this here is right where it is, isn't it? Yeah, I'd like it to dip into these orange lines. V Menikenta, Swiss yen to C chart. Swiss should be going down, I believe, because of the CPI. Yeah, CPI. Look at that. Jeez. Wait, why is... Oh, that's weird. You know, Dave, ever since that meeting we've had,
Yeah.
I keep on getting stuck on Dutch time. You know, I was saying like I was having issues with my that it just reverts whatever things I do and it goes back.
Yeah.
Then I think I finally fixed it with the indicator, but now my trading view by default every morning puts me back on Dutch time.
So I'll take that.
Ivan, you took the long based on the 2 minute. Oh, nice. So let's have a look at that. Let's full screen this. Oh, okay, you got in here on this one. Yeah. So that was your confirmation entry. Let's see if this one works out. We've got like a little bit of a triple top here. Anyone got any other ideas? Morning, Lewis. Did you take that, Paul, as well? Or are you waiting still?
No, I took the long. Yeah.
You took the long. Yeah. Oh, you're in the longs already?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and I have in the longs.
I just got in the back of my mind missing out on that beautiful sell you had the other day. I didn't want to miss this one. Could be wrong.
Tom, sell to buy to sell. Already had the first sell. Wait, you took the sells early? Scout boat direction. Oh yeah, nice one. Ivan 50% at 15 pips. Now SL at BE. Good one. Yeah, I think there's so much volatility at this initial open that whatever move you get early, it's unlikely it's going to like not revisit the entry, especially when it's a little bit slower like this. So that's a great idea. Still confused as to what to do. Prices bouncing around the middle of the Frankfurt high and low. Yeah, I'm just on the sidelines here, waiting for my plan. One of these plan levels to be reached. And we'll just wait and see as well. Oh wait, we've got PMI, that's right. I was going to check here. PMI. Because on Forex Factory, it's the final for French German, and that's like 8:50, 8:55, and 9 o'clock. That's all yellow folder here on Forex Factory. On Financial Juice, you've got some reds and some yellows. Okay, quite like the 18,325 level on DAX to long to try take the 7 a.m. 30-minute candle high. This one, the no wick candle. Wait, my times are off, aren't they? Yeah, they've gone off again. Just this one down the bottom. It says at 7, it should start at 6. Yeah, I don't know what I just did. Yeah, I'm looking at the same zone, that 18,325. Okay, so it's swept the euro low now. So it's taken out that. It's if this 2 minute, one little HCS that's Jim's Indies picked up was the liquidity, then we've swept that euro low, swept this liquidity generated, swept. So if this candle can close, not the 2 minute, but on a higher time frame, can actually close quite strong, then I would say, yeah, I might jump in for a late entry. But I still really want to see these orange lines. I want to hold out for these guys. A late entry, if I do miss this and it's a late entry, it would have to look like, I would want to see this candle. Oh, still a doji on the 3 minute. Well, let's say that I would want to be seeing this area. I still think this here is, we've had sells and we've had sells. So we've got buy orders sitting right here. So I'd love to see, because I don't want to see this happen. I want to see this go, because I think there's a great opportunity then that we go and just extend the London highs just a little bit, and we can at least trade up to here to here. And that could be a 50 pip move. This area looks tasty. Do you guys see this? Kind of double, triple top. Is that we can still go down, but we can use these buy orders for it to push price down. So it really depends now whether we go up or we go down straight away. We might have to invert this idea. But I do think that this is liquidity to be had today at some stage. That we're definitely, I'd bank my money on it, that we're going to see this number touched. I don't want it to do it now. I want it to do it off the yellow line. Oh, sorry, Tom. I missed the... Any thoughts on AUD building approvals being so low? There's been... I haven't followed it so much, but I've been seeing... When I do read the news, they're always talking about developers collapsing. So I wonder if it's got something to do with that. LA playing the same thing, trying not to panic and jump in before you plan. Yeah. Yeah, I think the struggle of trying to creating the plan can be quite demanding. I really think it's quite like everyone feels relieved when you finally made a plan, because then all you got to do is execute it. But there's a lot of brain power used in creating that plan. And I think there's like a bit of avoidance of, oh, if this plan doesn't work, I'm gonna have to do another one, and it kind of tires traders out, and they get decision fatigue or planning fatigue. So that leads to maybe that leads to rash decisions when it doesn't quite work out to your plan, because you don't want to make a new plan. And part of becoming a good, consistent trader is just reducing the energy load that it takes to create a plan. Does that make sense? So, because I know now it falls back on that there's always another trade around the corner, and I know that if I don't get a trade like straight away, it would suck, because then I'd be like, oh, then I've got to start a whole new plan, and then a lot of the time you don't want to start the plan, so you just start guessing and gambling. That's when you start getting the gambling. But if you know you're good at planning the trade and a lot of the ideas work out, over time it gets easier and easier and easier, and it takes less effort to make that initial plan. But sometimes you do just need to step away from the computer, take time, come back at another time that you know there's going to be good volume. For me, I know that, we get good volume at like 11 o'clock, we get good volume at London, the New York Open, New York Stock Exchange Open, London Close. So it's quite easy to step away and just make a plan at the time. I do like to get the plan right at first go in London, because then it really takes the pressure off having to find a trade later on. But that's why I'm always encouraging you guys, watch your bias, because the more effort it takes and harder it is to create that plan yourself, it just little by little it takes off. It just makes it a little bit easier the next time for you to fall back on experience of what you've decided to what works, and then whether your plan worked and where you need to make adjustments. It's that planning fatigue. Just got to make it more efficient and easier, but it takes time, unfortunately.
But can I also just share that I'm getting so much better at this now, but it's also because I spend a decent amount of time now just putting in zones, like all different zones. So a few candles, broken a few candles, HCS zones, broken HCS zones, etc. So then I can more easily switch plans because I've got all those kind of handrails.
Yeah.
So once I've done all that, then it's not like, oh, my plan's gone, what do I do now? So, well, there's all these zones here and there's all these points of liquidity I've mapped out, so I can more easily reassess, what's plan B, what's plan C, what's plan D, and I don't have to have already worked them out, but I've got a good idea of what they could be.
Yeah, definitely.
Done all that zoning and all that mapping.
And that's what other like trading systems and styles are quite effective. Is like that's why I think ICT is very popular. And like I'm not keen on it at all. It's just not for me. But it creates a framework, and that's what I think what people do like is that it takes some of those decisions out for them. Same as liquidity style, HCSs. They all like support, resistance, divergences. They all create a set of rule systems that there's so much discretion involved, but that's the skill, the art of being a trader. Now, whatever it is that you're using, you've got to have like a system so that it helps you create that plan, even if it's just to get a couple little things done mechanically, like your poisons always that I talk about, using your session highs, lows. It just gives you some ideas to target, some areas to target for you to build those ideas. And once you can build your zones, you know what you're looking for once it hits those zones. But if you've got a fresh chart and you've got like, you know, prices currently here right now, and we do resistance 1, resistance 2, support 1, support 2, like, you know, 2 levels above and below price, then what happens when it breaks above that? You've got to do everything on the fly real quick, and you don't want to miss the trade either, so you rush it. So it's good to spend so much time, good to spend a lot of time doing your zones, like you just said, Dave. Even like people that use pivots, for example. Pivot points, you know, seen times that they work really well, and other times they don't work so well. But on different days, S3 or R3 or whatever can work amazing. Cam points on the pivots, cam levels, sorry, on the pivot points. All of them, they don't just work every single day, but at least it gives you something to look at. And then you can start your plan. So you like, it helps trigger that planning stage. I think it's really important. I have heard of Stacey Burke actually. The zones are based on a weekly pattern. Monday, Wednesday are days 1 to 3. Wednesday, Friday is another batch of day 1 to 3. I have heard of Stacey Burke. Nah. This is not the one. That's not it. That's someone trolling me.
Oh mate, I think you've been played there.
I wonder if she is a trader.
No, this is it here. Stacey Burke Trading.
Oh, right.
Yeah, thought I got trolled big time.
Professional traders.
She's actually a global trader of the year.
I'm Stacey.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah. Nearly got me good. Yeah. Stacey's a he. Yeah, I knew it was a he. I was kind of like, wait a second, what have I done? No, but it's Johan. Like, if that was a random comment, I would have been really cautious to have typed that in. But Johan's been there a while. He's not going to lead me astray.
Like Stacey XXX Burke or something.
Yeah. Staxy Burke. That reminds me, actually, something when I used to have a Hotmail address, I was typing it and I typed in, I just didn't push the I properly, and I typed in this, and I googled that Hotmail. Mel didn't come up with like, Mel was it was mostly males. That Mel, the male version of Mel.
And the girlfriend's like, why is this Hotmail guy popping up? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, wait, where's my emails? I typed it wrong. Hey Daniel, how are you, mate?
Can I also just I've found it becomes much easier, much faster to paint all these zones or map out all these zones in TradingView if you've saved everything as templates. So I've got zone templates for support and resistance, for FU zone for this, for that, for the other. So what I found difficult before, all this zoning and mapping and blah blah. I found it really tedious and difficult, but now it's just really fast and easy. I've sort of worked out my own way of doing that a little more efficiently. So
Wait, say that again. You're saved as a template. What happens when you load the template?
No, I mean, like, say I draw a box around something,
Yeah.
then
Oh, yeah,
I
gotcha.
just go to templates and I say, what is
Like
it?
this. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can just click on. You don't even have to go to template. You can just go to the little icon. You see your little toolbar where it says
up the top.
Yeah, so there on the left it there. No, that one there.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And then you click on whatever it is, and it's identified clearly.
Yeah, you can see I've got a ton of.
Yeah.
So like I can order things, even like when I do these NY 50%, same thing. I've got like Asian London supply breakout 4-hour flips, you name it. No wicks, pullback zones.
I tend to put loads and loads of stuff in my charts, and it can become confusing and overwhelming. But if I've clearly marked out everything, then I can make sense of it. So
yeah. I thought you meant the template.
No, not for.
I thought you meant this one. The layout. That's layout. Yeah, that's not template. All right. Yeah, Daniel. Gosh, I haven't seen you for ages, mate. Because I know you can only do Mondays and Thursdays, and we've had some bank holidays. Been away. Started late. Adelaide got a color code system too. Zones are getting really accurate. Awesome. It's just you know what to do with them. The next step for you. Yeah. First thing is always and poise. Seriously, because if you can get your levels done accurately, which is saying that getting it accurate, that's they're really forgiving when you've got them right. Because you can always do things like wider stop loss. Like you've got to having tight stop losses is difficult, but having wider stop losses, there's strategies around just being like not a super accurate trader, but just getting your level going from like levels to levels, working with like higher time frames, just having them on in the fundamental direction as well. You can and the thing that gets most people unstuck in trading is the leverage. That's the most difficult thing, I think. I think that was the biggest thing that most people get themselves into trouble when you start using leverage, higher leverage. Well, I kind of saw this coming. This slow start. I didn't think it was going to be an explosive open. Oh, 500, 101. No, you can even use like... I guess what I mean like is when they use higher percentage, let's say higher percentage. So it's like your first trade. A lot of the time I found myself as well, until I started, initially it was about just taking an entry at the start. Sometimes you need an entry to be a bit more focused. And you can think you're focused, and then you take an entry, and then you really become focused. And like, I quite like MMA and boxing and things, and like, I like watching it, and I like listening to the fighters and sort of hearing their perspective on things, because they're a different breed. Like these guys are literally, a lot of them are just, I think they're lucky that they have this way of getting out of that aggression. And when I listen to them, a lot of them say that sometimes it takes a good punch before they get focused. And I do see a lot, like the favorite fighter to win, as in the one that's got the better skill set. Sometimes it takes them like to get stunned at the start before they're focused. And I think that's a lot with trading as well, is that it takes them, sometimes it takes you to be in a trade before you're focused. And sometimes in a fight, these people are just, it's kind of insane that they go into a fight and they're not focused, but once they get hit, they're like, they really then tighten everything up. I think that's similar with trading too. So sometimes the first entry is dangerous because you're keen to take a trade, you want to take a trade, all the things are there to take a trade, but that first trade you take maybe is not great. But if you go in too high a risk at the start, then it doesn't work out, then it creates some negativity, and that's what get people in trouble, how they start not just trying to get out of that trade or accept that loss, but then they're basically trying to avoid losses now rather than trying to find a trade that wins.
It could be an interesting 30-minute close in 1 minute.
I'm just looking at that. Yeah, this last 3 minutes has really turned this thing around. Okay, so this is that buy area. So I want to see what this does if we explode higher, or this is going to be that exchange. If I see a rejection wick to push down, then I'd actually even consider taking a sell into that buy. If I see like a bearish liquidity candle, because I think that this is obvious buy orders right here. Oh no, I didn't see is this Jake Paul on Netflix? I haven't seen that. Tyson versus, I can't believe Tyson's coming back. How old is he? He's 60? Fighting a guy that's less than half his age.
I still reckon he's going to destroy him. He's an animal. He's a absolute beast.
I hope he does. But Jake's young, and I think there's a lot to be said. Tyson's got a lot of punch miles in his head. I think Jake will win. Once you've been knocked out, it's easy to get knocked out again. And Tyson's been knocked out a lot. There's so much scar tissue in the brain. It doesn't take much to just move that equilibrium.
Is that what you found from touch footy?
Yeah, all the times we got knocked out in touch football. Just the ball hitting my chest and me falling over.
Have you played any other sports or mainly touch?
No, I played rugby league. And, I liked rugby league. Played that. I would never let my kids play that, but I played it, and I stopped. I broke my jaw and I knocked my front teeth out from a shoulder charge from this guy. That was the last time I played it. That was when I was like 26. Then I went to tag.
Did your mum tell you to stop?
She didn't. She never wanted me to start, so she thought I was playing soccer for many years. She's like, "I'll drop your training. Oh, I'll ride my bike." Yeah, and then I hurt my shoulder. I didn't have any major injuries apart from that one. But after that, it was just, unless you're a professional, it's not worth bashing yourself up on the weekends. And you didn't wear like headgear. It's just I think everyone's more cognizant of head injuries these days.
It's also just a different attitude. People used to think it was a badge of honor to get knocked out.
Yeah. Alright, I'm pretty keen to be looking for a sell here. I'm going to try attempt a sell into a buy. I just want to see, a bit of a rejection wick here. or something sort of pushing up and failing and then breaking this low. But I reckon there's just been a bit of exchange here. Even if it's just like 10, 20 pips, then take some risk off. This could be that first trade's not good though, so just be careful. Okay, so it's gonna sell right now. Entry was 363.2. Just gonna have my stop just a little bit away. I'm only looking to target like very little. Just to see if I don't want to hold this for too long if it's not looking good. It's only a small position. I'm just trying to see if I might keep my stop just above here for now so I don't get like wicked out. But breaking this own low again, I'll probably secure with like 10 pips. I know it's only small hyper scalping, but just to remove that risk. Uh, 18.3, what we're targeting? 325 is a nice little zone. Let's see if we can just get something like that. $330. How about $330? But I'm not super confident on this one. Kind of fighting that 30-minute candle as well.
I'm seeing that bottom of the Asian session is support turned resistance. Well, sorry, support turned support.
Support turned support.
So I'm just worried about it banging into that now.
Yeah, the 30 is scary. That definitely is scary. 1 hour though, maybe not so bad if it starts flipping bearish, taking out the imbalance candle at the top. We'll see. Three-minute didn't close very nice. Oh, didn't open very nice either. So, down 10 pips. What do I want to do with this one? Yeah, maybe it's going to take the frame a bit higher now. Maybe we should close a little bit. No, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for now. I think it's going to stop me out. That's annoying.
Didn't quite take the next imbalance.
Yeah. So Let's see if this level can turn things around, but I didn't quite like it. I don't like how it pushed up like that. I was wary of a wick up, but I don't know. Anyway, I've placed my bets, so.
Was that unpleasant, huh? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is that unpleasant?
Just been for a walk with a dog in the rain.
Oh, you're talking the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go on mute.
Was it raining yesterday?
What did the dog say?
Have you got one of these, Jim?
How weird.
Yeah, it's gonna push up. I was hoping that this was going to be the liquidity, but now it's looking like it's going to have to be this next bit. So maybe I'm going to be the liquidity. Is anyone in the longs? Did anyone just go with the long phase?
I hesitated. I was going to go in at that Asian support, but I didn't.
Yeah, a little bit annoying that it wasn't so low. Okay, make or break for this candle now. We've closed inside a structure and we went to the top. Can it break its own low and start pushing down? Matt is here to tell off the charts. Yep, 0.3 of 15. I've risked 0.1% in the long. See how it goes. So not 15. Oh, 1%. Risk 0.1. Yeah, risk small on this one. It's been so super slow. If it stops me out, I'll tell you how much I risked. Yeah, 0.15% I risked. Come on. We need some cat amongst the pigeons. 3 minute has retested FVG, so could go long. Got to break New York high. Yesterday's New York high. What level was that? It's 379. Don't say that, Tom. We don't want it to break anything.
No, well, the 4 minute looks like it had a rejection candle the previous candle.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at that.
And yep, this one looks like it might do the same. So it's looking like you picked the area again. Hey.
Let's not say that. we'll say it when it's down here.
Yep.
Because actually, now that I see the 4 minute, that's not a good sign. That these two candles.
Isn't a previous week? Didn't it close within the week of that?
Yeah, but I like it to
So
break,
I see what you mean. No,
close below
push
here.
up, bump.
Because that's negation. Yep. So that's
Yep.
like a little range. Closing above it could eat, like we closed at it. So it could be a retest of just, and then we continue going up. So yeah, it's we're in a bit of a pickle.
I took the sell at the on the 1 minute on the second rejection candle.
Oh yeah?
I don't usually like the 1 minute, but there were two rejections.
Oh, this one, right here.
So I took it, yeah, at the bottom of that second candle.
Oh, great entry. Oh, come on. We need to close below this 1 minute support.
Well, the 2 minute looked good too, Jim.
Yeah, it
2 minute
did,
looks
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it did. Two inside candles on the two.
Mm.
Yeah,
Come on.
broke below.
Why is Glenn not in here? I see you guys chatting in the gym, trading gym.
He's gone
Dunno.
rogue. Gone rogue.
I thought he was offline.
And then
So he's like, oh, it's in the trading view.
yeah, see you guys trading. So what's happening with
Oh, I can't see anything.
concept trading?
Sorry, mate.
What's that? So not concept. What's happening with Kubera? Is that they don't show Asian session?
Oh, they don't. Yeah, they don't show. But they don't show the first hour of the Franklin and the last hour of New York and everything in between those two times. So
Oh right. Oh, it looked like it just came
But,
all the way back to entry.
Yeah, I've closed mine at evens.
Freaking annoying. That's the new 15-minute candle closing.
I don't like the three. That's finishing in 1 minute.
Yeah, that looked. That was too fast for it to come all the way down and then bounce like that.
sorry, my fault. I put a stop down there.
So what I'm wondering is now if this is am I the liquidity potentially? Tom.
Can help myself.
Still bouncing off support. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that's a tricky level to break through.
Oh, Dom, I just saw your note. I think Pepperstone lines up pretty well with Kibera.
That's what I'm using, strangely enough.
Pepperstone.
Oh.
So I'm using Pepperstone against, Pepperstone on TradingView and then Kibera on MT5. And they still, I mean, they're not significantly out, but they out enough. But, also,
the
I'm
price?
just trying to figure out how to...
Or the
Yeah,
times?
the price is slightly out.
Okay.
The price is out. And then on Kibera, the Asian session is missing. So it's just throwing my head for a loop every time I'm trying to do something on June.
Yeah, the Asian. It's annoying when you're missing candles. That's why I don't trade Frankfurt. The CAC.
The what?
The French 40. CAC.
Right. Yeah, I'd refrain from using that word when you're talking to South Africans.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
What's
kidding.
CAC?
It just means shit. It just means shit.
CAC, that word.
No, KAK, but the way you said it was quite similar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm at CAC. So the C up the top here, CAC.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so there's no Asian session. No blue boxes.
Why do you think it's like that?
It's just when the exchange opens and when they decide to give data to the liquidity providers.
Hmm.
Come on, do something. I have to jet around 9. Yeah, 9 latest. Because just for today. Sarah's got to take off from work. For work. Needs to be there early today. First day back. Wish her luck. Wish me luck as well. Maddie doesn't accept the bottle.
What's the time where you are, mate?
It's 8:50.
Yep.
So Maddie and I've got a interesting day planned.
She doesn't like the bottle, mate.
Well, she used to like it, and then she tried it
Fussy.
for a few weeks when she was young, because we thought I'll give her a feed during the night, let Sarah rest a bit more because she's on the breast, and then she just stopped. I think it was upsetting the tummy, that's why she stopped, and she realised, and then so we just kept her on the boob all the time, and then after that, just could not get her back onto it.
Is your wife expressing, or are you using formula?
We've tried to express. Yeah, that's what I need. We've tried using both formula, but the problem is that she's not expressing much. So when she expresses, if Maddie feeds, she's getting enough. If it's like she's not making enough milk supply to express in addition to the feeding. Let's put it that way. So when she tries to express, can get a decent amount out if she hasn't fed, but then if she has fed, she can only get a few meals out, and then if she expresses, Maddie's not getting enough feed anyway. So it's every time it expresses, the time between feeds is enough for her to replenish the supply, not to get get some milk out and then also feed.
Get extra.
Yeah.
It's a bugger.
Yeah, it is a bit of a pain. So we're trying to get her used to the bottle, but it's bloody hard. So Sarah's gone back on half time. First day back, she'll go back for just doing half, part time for this next month. Yeah. So worst case scenario, Maddie's going to have to go without a feed for 4 or 5 hours if she just refuses. I'm hoping she gets hungry enough that she eats. But if she doesn't, so I just have to come back, or I've got to just find some way. Well, I think I had an opportunity to get out for BE on this one when it came back, but we're creating this bullish structure now, which is a real pain. A real pain that I didn't get the best entry, so I wasn't even able to take 10 pips, but it did come back, and I was waiting to see if it was going to close below here, but it didn't. You know, it just bounced off my entry. Now this is the cycle, is if I truly believe now this trade's basically done, because I'll be the liquidity, and then there will be also people like jumping in, and it could just have people doing this, just constantly jumping in, and I think we're going to start this trending cycle back up again. So that sucks. I wasn't really confident on this one anyway, but that was, you know, just what I was saying, go low on this. There's a good chance that it worked out. I really wanted to take these longs from here, from this area. I just a bit annoyed that it didn't get there. Anyway, maybe I could have just survived, or was it getting me a chance to get out for just a 13 pip loss?
I literally just opened a position on gold as it dropped that big candle.
Oh, you got it, so and like then it dropped?
Yeah, like I entered and then suddenly, like literally a second later, it was $1,200 in profit. Insane.
That's in like 2 minutes. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's really good. Well done. Yeah, I remember putting the trade on once. No, it was a penny order with news on gold. And it was like under here, and it was like a big major level, and it was pressuring. And I had a pending order here, and my take profit, it was 60 pips away. And it literally, when the news hit, it took it, bounced up a little bit, and then just went, it just printed a solid red candle, and that trade was done in 14 seconds. I was like, whoa, what just happened? It was amazing.
Nice. Gosh, if only those could happen every day.
Yeah, but this is a guy, this guy he had a really good case for the idea, and I loved it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with the same idea. And it's just saying, like, when these major levels break, it just breaks hard. And he took more. I think he took 100 pips, and it was literally like the 30-minute candle, I think, ended up being like this. But it was just like got that wick, that explosion to the downside.
Nice.
Well, price cap almost all the way back down to entry. Oh, we had news. I think that's what the news was. Sorry, 8:55. We had German PMI. Came in good. Good numbers. I keep thinking it's telling me to get out, giving me chances. I'm being stubborn. Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a pain. What a crappy session. Damn it. All right.
You still in, Hayden?
Yeah, I was still in. It was only hanging by a thread. It's pretty much dead though. I feel like I'm just going to close it, but if I close it now, I'm guaranteed to have lost. And if I don't close it now, like do I take a loss on minus 0.12% versus minus 0.15%? Like either way, it's or I just leave it going and then see if this euro high can at least just hold. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. But I took an L on here. I didn't get this is an annoying day. All right. Well, sorry about that, YouTube. If you guys took the same thing, what a crappy day, crappy signal. I should have just gone with the initial bias of looking for this long, but it never came low enough for me. So I tried to be cute, sell into the buy, but oh well. That's what happens. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it because I've got to scoot in 7 seconds. YouTube, Zoom, stay on. I'm just gonna have a chat, give some ideas for later on. But yeah, not a great London Open, unfortunately. So apologies about that. See you tomorrow, YouTube. Okay. See ya. Oh yeah, Lewis. Yeah, God's insane at the moment. All right, Zoom, stay on just for a second.